Welcome back, everyone. I am here with Dave, Dion, and Steven with, of course, Greenville Bicycling. We want to talk about a ride that is for a cause that is very near and dear to all of your hearts. Each of you had a story to tell me when we were going through the pre-interview process. First of all, I do want to talk about, of course, when and where the ride is happening, when it's going down. Dave, tell us more.
Absolutely. It's the ride is tomorrow night. We gather at 6 o'clock at the Greenville Bicycle Company. We will ride at 6:30. It's going to be about a 12.5-mile ride, very 10, 12 mile an hour pace. We're going to have a police escort, and it's an awareness ride. It's to get the public to, hey, we're out here. Watch out for us. That's what this ride's all about.
Okay, Dion, again, as far as what people can expect, what kind of ride ages are you guys geared towards? Is this an everyone ride? Is this okay, you need to keep up kind of a ride? Who should be going on this ride?
Well, everyone is welcome. No rider will be left behind.
There we go.
What we do ask is that everyone wears a helmet and that they follow the rules, that the police will be in the front and the back, and there will be ride leaders. Just follow the rules and everybody's going to be great.
All right. Do you have any tips for any riders who haven't been on a ride before, maybe have done a little riding themselves, but experience in kind of a bigger group setting?
Right.
How easy is it for those riders to kind of learn that skill?
Well, it's important to pay attention to the rider that is right in front of you and beside you. Stay aware. Don't get distracted. Just like if you're a driver, don't get distracted. And just have fun.
Yes. Now, Steven, tell us a little bit more again about why you guys, again, are doing this and what this is truly going to shed light on.
Charlie, this will be our 19th year hosting it here in Greenville. It started in Texas over 20 years ago at the funeral of a cyclist who was hurt and killed. And we know that there's over about 24 people that are either pedestrians or cyclists in Greenville alone that get killed every year. 43,000 people got killed on our roads last year nationwide as either cyclists, pedestrians, and car drivers. Over 15% of people in North Carolina that get killed on our roads are what we call vulnerable road users, cyclists, pedestrians, wheelchair users, people like that. We want safer roads.
Yes.
We want to honor those who have been killed or hurt. We want to prevent more from happening. And we ask people to follow the rules, whether they're cyclists or motorists, pay attention, be aware, treat each other nicely, okay, and be safe.
Yeah. And again, I do want to go back to what we had been talking about before we were on camera, but you pointed out a great thing. This isn't just for the guys dressing up and girls dressing up like, Lance Armstrong, and all of the spandex.
The gear.
Exactly. You got the clip shoes, all that, looking good. But of course, this is for anybody on the road who rides a bike, whether it's, your main commuting option or maybe just a hobby or, again, someone who takes it a little bit more seriously. And those are the kinds of people, again, who are going to be going on this ride, correct?
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, we do ask people, please don't bring your pets on the ride. We've had people in the past, unless they're leashed and appropriately contained or something. Think about what's safe.
Yes.
We should be back by the time before the street lights come on. But if not, please make sure you have appropriate red lights in your back and white lights in front. Be aware, be safe. There's a social gathering afterwards, so if people don't want to ride but want to come out and still support and meet people, at Pitt Street Brewery afterwards, we'll have the food truck from Anita's going to be out there afterwards, kind of supporting people in the social. Because, to be honest, Charlie, it's hard to be quiet for an hour.
Yeah.
You're social, you're next to people you know and love, and people who are taking care of you and watching your back, and your friends, and you got to just be quiet for an hour. So if people are riding by us, driving by us out in the lawns on the course, just silently give us a wave. Because we're there remembering people. It's like a funeral procession, but we're advocating for safer roads at the same time.
And if you can't get outside,
I was just going to ask you, Dion, exactly. If not going on the ride, where can we go, Dion?
If you cannot get outside, you can come to my studio, which is East Carolina Cycling and Fitness on 621 Red Banks Road for the 6 p.m. spinning class led by Susan Stankham. And at 6:30 at the beginning of the ride, we're going to have a moment of silence at my studio tomorrow.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So
And we should be passing the studio about 7 o'clock is the time.
So if you want to come to the ride, it's a $15 drop-in fee. The best you're going to find in town. You have a spinning class, the only official spinning facility in Greenville. So
exactly, taking part with, again, just a different spin on it.
Yes, a different spin. I like that. I see what you did there.
Well, we will have more news and weather coming up in just a little bit, but I want to thank you guys, Steven, Dion, and Dave. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Be sure to, again, check all those details out. You can find that on our website, WITN.com. We'll have more news and weather coming up in the next few minutes.